Who am I here with right now?
Hi, my name's Inceptions, otherwise known as Incepyy on some platforms. Something about me is I am an avid Half-Life fan, and Star Wars is also really cool.
When did you first get into VR?
When did I first get into VR?
hmm
I think it was around 2018 or 2019, maybe 2017. I can't remember the exact year. I remember getting the Quest when it first came out. Paid like 500 bucks for it. Piece of garbage headset. Don't ever get the original headset. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure they actually discontinued it. That was my first headset that was introduced to VR.
Yeah, I also got the Quest 1 as my first headset and I regret it, but I worked a really long summer job I hated at a snow cone place in order to afford it because I thought it was Sword Art Online
Mm.
in real life, but it was not. It was video games and it was online. But VR chat isn't really a video game. It's more of a social
Mm.
experience, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Would you say that there's a specific video game that furries have had a big influence on, or most furries are there?
I don't know. I'd probably say VRChat would probably like be high up there
I
in the
see.
term of like video games that they choose. Uh, I don't know what they flock to really.
That's fair.
I don't follow the whole community and customs. I just do me.
That's totally fair. That's totally fair. I know a lot of furries just like to do them. They just like to be themselves, and that's like what it is. And
Yeah,
it's not about any
absolutely.
of the weird stuff. There is some weird stuff. Everything's got some weird stuff, but
Yeah, of
it's
course.
mostly
There's
just
always going to be
about
weird people in communities.
yeah. It's just about being yourself and having your own kind of character online, right? Would you say that anything inspired your character?
Uh, Quite a few things. I like space a lot. Anything to do with space.
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of like tattoos on my avatar that are from different games that I've liked. Like this one is Hunt Showdown. Outer Wilds. I got BioShock on my arms. I got Skyrim on my back. I don't know if you want me to.
Yeah, show them the Skyrim. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
Skyrim.
Would you say that because I know you like Outer Wilds, would you say that Outer Wilds is your favorite game of all time?
Oh, absolutely. Outer Wilds is a very special game. It's such a hard game to get people into because it is all based on information. And if you tell them what the game's about, you spoil the game for them, and then it ruins the magic. So it's really, really difficult to get somebody to play it. But I cannot recommend people enough to play it.
Half-Life, Gary's Mod, or Outer Wilds, which one would you pick?
Mm, that's hard.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would do Outer Wilds. I think it's just impacted me as a person a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That it's too much to just throw away.
That's really fair. I love Outer Wilds personally. I only played one. I didn't play the DLC. You can still look forward to watching me
Mm.
play the DLC one day.
You should play the DLC. It's very good.
I've already forgotten what I watched. I like watched you play a little bit. I forgot about it. It's all good. But no, this guy here is a legend. Absolute goat we got in here, all right? Friends with me, friends with Ori who was on the last interview. Shout out that guy. Can we put a funny looking picture of
Yeah,
that
shout
guy?
out Ori.
Yeah, can we put a funny looking picture of that guy right there? So do you have any pets?
Yeah. Uh, I used to have three dogs. One of them recently passed away,
Oh.
unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
I have two cats. I have a turtle, and I have a fish. And I used to have a tortoise, but we gave it to my aunt because they have like an actual habitat enclosure for them in their backyard, which is like way better for the tortoise.
Oh dang! So wait,
So
you
yeah,
actually you have hella pets. So wait,
yeah. No, I have a lot of pets I gotta take care of.
isn't
Yeah,
your
it's a
turtle named
daily chore
Winston?
going through 'em. Yes, Winston Winton from Overwatch.
Can we put a
But
picture
no.
of Winston right here on screen, please?
Yeah.
I love Winston. I'm such a Winston fan. I'm Winston's biggest fan. He sits in the tank behind your desk and watches you play
Mm.
games, and he just kind of
Yes, he does. He
sits
just
there.
chills there. I put him in the front lawn sometimes, and he tries to like run into the bushes to get away. It's very annoying.
Hell yeah.
Millie is my cat. She is she was a homeless cat that lived in our neighborhood for a while, and we just like slowly adopted her pretty much. Started with like feeding her outside, and then she just got used to coming to our porch for food and water.
Mm.
And then I just sat out there like one day to pet her, and then she got more comfortable enough with like sitting on my lap. And then eventually I was just like, you know what, you're coming inside with me. She's been pretty much fine ever since. My other cat, Bandit, doesn't really like her too much and tries to attack her. Not like super fight, but like just like.
Can we reenact what Bandit and Millie do? Can we reenact the
Yeah,
fighting?
how do you want to do that?
Here's an awesome picture of Millie, guys. She looks so cool.
Yes, Millie here.
She looks so cool. I love Millie. So have you ever been to any conventions?
I have not personally. I'd like to eventually, but I'm broke and I'm in college.
That's
so
fair.
I got other stuff to focus on.
What are you going to college for?
I'm currently in the vet tech program. It's like a degree under veterinarians. I won't be doing surgeries and stuff, but I'll be like administering shots or, you know, performing like vital checkups on animals, you know, all that stuff.
That's the one thing that a long time ago my mom used to want to be a veterinarian, and she ended up going into like schooling and stuff instead because she figured out that like the other type of veterinarian you're talking about has to like cut off the tails of dogs and stuff and like cut them open, you know, for surgery and whatnot. And she's like, I can't handle cutting open someone's little chihuahua or something. I can't do it.
Yeah.
Would you rather have to be someone in a morgue who cuts open dead people or have to be someone who does surgery on live animals?
I'd probably do a morgue because they're already dead and I wouldn't have to like worry about, you know, accidentally like injuring an animal or ruining a life of a living animal.
I want to ask, have you ever been to like online conventions or online events for like furry stuff?
Kind of. I've been to like VRChat group meetups, you know, just like different events. I've gone to like DJs and rave parties and stuff in VR.
That's pretty cool.
But nothing like super crazy. I know there's this huge event called Furality, I believe it's called.
Yes.
Online. I've yet to go to it, but I might go to it this year or next year, whenever it happens.
I don't quite remember when it is, but I might go again as well. We could go see the Adventures of Ferrari together, cause
yeah, I can ruin my computer because it's gonna be a super demanding experience.
Yeah, no, it won't on my avatar because it'll just be a PNG of me like last time, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, that's right. You do have your PNG of you with your giant shoes or whatever.
Which, by the way, for some reason that avatar is glitched, and every time I wear it, it gets wider. Like, it's way wider than when I put it into the game. Do you want to see?
It just like it incrementally gets bigger. Yeah,
it's incrementally getting bigger. Hold on, look at it.
Just every time you equip it, it gets larger. Oh my god.
If we were to ever go on a trip, we should go to the Disneyland near you, right? That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, near me. It's like 7 hours away to drive there, but
yeah,
it's in California. Yeah.
What's your experience like in California? Is it like, do you enjoy it there, or is it like annoying? What do you think?
No, it sucks here. Absolutely. I don't think any person like enjoys living in California unless if they're rich.
You're the first person who told me about the poop map. Can you explain the poop map?
Yes, San Francisco. If you didn't know, San Francisco has a poop map of a bunch of different locations of just literal shit on the streets. Because if you didn't know, San Francisco has a huge problem of people just shitting on the streets for whatever reason. And the funny thing is whenever you go into the website, you see like a few dots everywhere. You're like, oh, okay, it's not that bad. You scroll up once, it's just a minefield. It's everywhere. It's so bad, and you can click on it and get literal pictures of the.
Well, we all know the real reason why there's so. Is this guy right here? He's actually.
I don't even live in San Francisco.
Red-handed. I always think it'd be fun for us all to go to Vegas, you know, and go gamble.
Yeah, we want to gamble.
It's not because I have a problem. I don't have a problem.
You have a problem.
I don't have a problem. Am I going to get a gold from this case right here? Come on, baby.
Gold.
I got one. Would you say there's anything that you had like a crazy deal that changed your life? Like a
crazy deal that changed my life.
Just like a crazy deal.
Like what do you...
Like sometimes, like I saw fugglers right at Walmart, and I've been collecting these fugglers, and I won't even lie, they're $8 a piece, and I have been collecting the Teenage Mutant Ninja Fugglers collection, and I only need one more. I need I think the red one. I think I need the red one. I will have all 4, and I can sell them on eBay together.
Jeez.
They're $8 a piece at Walmart.
I collect stuff, nothing specific. I collect random like trinkets that I find interesting, whether it be like a shirt that I think is funny, or figurines like Funko Pops, or posters that I want. Nothing specific.
Is there something you've collected that you're like really proud of?
I have well, my brother bought me like a 3D printed version of a Nomai from Outer Wilds.
Ooh.
Kind of spoilers, not really. But picture here of it. Bam!
Wow.
Painted it myself. It looks awesome. I love it.
Would you say that there's been anyone who's in the furry community who's influenced you or impacted you like the most?
Not really. I don't follow a whole lot of like furries. I don't necessarily like follow any like content creators or be like, I want to be just like them. I mean, I follow content creators, but I don't follow them like around, like just religiously watch them or watch their content.
Except Big Man Crunch.
No.
Except Big Man Crunch on Twitch TV.
Except Big Man Crunch. I love that guy.
Well, how did you become a furry then in the first place?
I think it just kind of like happened over time, because I remember like being younger and just like not understanding furries and like absolutely hating them. I'm like, oh, why would you be a furry? It's so weird. And I didn't have like a proper excuse for it. It was kind of like indoctrinated, like culture wise. It's like I kept seeing like content of it, and I'm like, okay, the art is like cool or whatever. Some people can make some like, crazy artwork. I think VR really put me over that edge of it, because like I found Hopkins and I'm like, they're pretty cute. I want to get my own.
Would you say Hobkin is like, in your opinion, like the one that suits you, like the furry avatar that suits you?
I'd say so. I mean, it's kind of the only like furry thing that I've like relatively was like, that's me. That's what I want to like wear when I play VRChat. There hasn't been like another like species or avatar that I was like particularly interested into making one for myself.
Besides VRChat, would you say there's something or any other game or a place you've been where you felt accepted as a furry?
Accepted as a furry? I don't know. They're pretty like looked down upon pretty much anywhere you go.
Yeah.
No, I don't think there's like any specific like community or place that I go to that's relatively accepting of furries.
Well, like as of late, would you say that people are becoming more accepting of furries or less accepting or like the same?
I think like as time goes on, people are being, more open-minded and more accepting. I just think it's just like a natural like progression thing that just goes on. There's a lot of like norms that back then were frowned upon that now are like kind of just whatever, and I think it's just slowly like getting to a point where people just like don't care.
I feel the same way with like anime stuff. When I used to post a lot about anime on TikTok and whatnot, I would get a lot of people bullying me or whatever, just calling me a nerd, and I'm like 16, 15. I'm just a kid. I just liked anime. I was a little too passionate about it, a little zesty with it. On accident.
Yeah, your V2 model.
Oh god, not the V2. Can we show the V2 model right here that lasted a full month of where I first started streaming? God, shivers. But no, I mean, I see acceptance towards anime now, where even mainstream celebrities are like, of course, I love Jujutsu Kaisen and or Demon Slayer, or insert like one of those animes. Basically,
yeah, it's a lot less like frowned upon now. People are like way accepting of it, and it's hit like the mainstream, and a lot of people like it. Of course, there's gonna be people that hate on it still. That's just a way of life. People can't let other people do their own thing.
Is there a game or show you'd like to see like more furry influence in?
Game or show that have furry influence?
Yeah, some sort of media that just would have more like furry acceptance or more like furry stuff in it, like a furry character or whatnot.
No. Only like relatively like furry show I watch is like Hell of a Boss, and
Mm.
that's more of like a YouTube series. I mean, it kind of is a show, but I don't know. I don't care. I mean,
So
you can make whatever you
yeah.
want in your show.
What's your thoughts on Hell of a Boss and the Has Been Hotel and all that by Vizzy Pop? What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, I think they're okay. I think some episodes are better than others, and some are lacking.
Mm-hmm.
I like Hell of a Boss a bit because there's a lot of crude humor in it.
Mm.
I think some of it is over the top sometimes, a bit over the top, but that's just kind of like what Vizzy Pop does.
You know I'm not a fan. You know I'm not a fan
Yeah.
personally, but
Mhm.
I totally respect that people have their own stuff they like. Like most people don't like my music. I know you and Ori you don't like the music I listen to. You think it sounds like
You
garbage.
love Cardi.
Respect.
He loves Cardi.
I love Playboy Cardi. He's like, put him in a tundra. Put him in a tundra.
He's like saying the same 3 lyrics every song.
Listen, they say I'm
No,
a
but-
Cardi Glazer. It's true. And I'm proud. I'm a proud Cardi Glazer. What are you going to do about it? Would you say there's a music artist you like the most, like your favorite music artist?
I don't listen to a whole lot of music nowadays. I used to love Post Malone. He was like a huge like rapper that I was interested in for a while. Other than that, there wasn't a specific like artist that maybe when I was younger I liked a lot of Fall Out Boy.
Is there what's your favorite genre of music?
Oh. I don't know. I don't really have a favorite genre. I kind of go all over the place with music. I'll listen to rap, I'll listen to, hip hop, whatever it may be. The only thing I won't listen to is country. I do not like country.
I have very specific situations where I'll listen to country, and if it's only if I'm like in a car. I won't listen to it in my
Yeah.
time, but if I'm in a car and I'm pretending I'm on a horse and I'm riding into town inside the car, then I think country is appropriate. Otherwise, I will never listen to it. I was gonna rap back to Playboy Cardi and be like, trying to get you to say you liked Playboy.
Just like edit it in, like I love Playboy Cardi.
That's all I needed.
There
So
it
how do you
is.
feel about Playboy Cardi?
I love Playboy Cardi.
See, he just said he
And then
loves
you're gonna
Playboy
cut
Cardi,
it.
guys. Would you say like modern day rap, like Travis Scott? We're not gonna talk about Kanye. Do we want to talk about Kanye? Actually, let's talk
I
about.
don't know. Do you want to talk about Kanye?
Let's talk about Kanye for a second, all right? Knowing what he says now, can you still appreciate his music from back then, like Graduation and stuff?
I mean, yeah, I think his older songs can be very good, and it'd be wrong to say that they're not good. Like
Mhm.
they are good when they're made, but now he's just crazy.
Off the deep
He's a
end of
psycho.
it.
He is an interesting individual to say the least, and I don't know what his thought process is.
I will say he tried to release a new album. It was he tried to release it or something of the sort, like a new album on some random streaming service. He tweeted it out with like a password that he also tweeted out, and he had to put in the password. And I listened to it, and it was just an AI voice, like AI Kanye voice, dubbed over other music, like other people's songs.
I don't know what his game plan is or what he's doing. I think he's just like saying fuck it, he's got all the money in the world.
Well, I mean, he's using AI on like full Spanish. I was listening to him just speak full Spanish. And it was like Kanye West could never do that. But he was just like, yo como la bla. Do you think that AI
Nice.
could like potentially ruin the music industry?
I think it'll ruin a lot of interest or industries. I think there are benefits of AI, but I think there needs to be limits as well, because then you just like don't have any passion and you just have lazy people, and we're gonna end up like Wall-E fat people on the flying chairs moving around.
What happens of Wall-E? I can't actually remember.
Oh, they just like overproduced, and the pollution was like a huge problem, and like by the time they like realized that it was bad enough, they like got on a ship and just became like super lazy.
Do you have a anime that you would say is your favorite?
There's quite a few, I'd say, that are good. I liked Attack on Titan a lot. I think that was the main thing I fell in love with. The very first anime I watched was Soul Eater, and I loved that anime. It was the coolest thing I've ever watched when I first got into it.
When I first started Soul Eater, I actually started with Soul Eater Not, the one with like the girls, when I was a kid, because I just saw newer animation. I didn't want to watch old animation. Ew, I didn't want to watch it. So I started with Soul Eater Not first, and then I watched Soul Eater, and it actually was a very pleasant experience, I must say. Oh, you
I've never watched
it?
Soul Eater Not. Yeah, I've only seen the first, like, the actual series.
Soul Eater Not is like about like these like girls basically that just it's like after kind of the Soul Eater universe, I guess, a little bit after, which kind of like how they integrated Fire Force and Soul Eater into like the same universe is interesting.
Yeah, right.
I thought that they were gonna like combine them at the same time and make like some crazy crossover anime, but they're just saying it's like a part of the same universe, which is a cool little note since the same guys made it.
It's interesting.
Would you say you are excited for the new JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Steel Ball Run coming out soon?
Oh yeah, that's right. You did say that. I don't know much about Steel Ball Run. I mean, I know what the premise is about it. I don't know. I haven't read it. I don't know much of like the stands that are going to be in it, but I know it's going to be really absurd and just be like super specific stands where it's just like, if you breathe air on a Thursday in mid-afternoon and have your right pinky toe stubbed against this, I can reduce your body into atoms.
That sounds about right. That sounds about right. Since you and Ori introduced me to JoJo's, I'm actually really excited to watch my first like season of JoJo's where it's like we're all consuming it for the first time.
Yeah, we're all watching it. I mean, Ori has read it, I believe, or at least some of it. But yeah, no, me, I know nothing about it. I know the general like plot of it, and I know the main bad guy and all that, but I don't know anything else in it.
I really don't know anything after Stone Ocean, but I'm excited to like consume it for the first time. I'm going to be like digging in, fork and knife in hand, because it's or they're just going to release another Rohan anime, you know, or they're going to.
Oh yes, I would love a Rohan 2 where he does absolutely nothing.
If you could have a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure stand like from the show, which one would you want?
Metallica, absolutely. I love that stand. It's so cool. It's such a badass stand, and he gets actually. Never mind, I can't really say much about it.
No spoilers, no spoilers. But he controls metal, guys. He controls metal.
Yes, he controls all of metal, like the iron in your blood and everything. It's so badass.
Like lore accurate Magneto, if Magneto were to be like awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
Instead of like being like, I'm gonna turn this satellite, like instead of doing that, I would say I would probably want King Crimson. That's one's hard to explain, guys. You just have to watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. If you haven't watched it, you have to watch it now if you want to understand that reference. Would you say there's a show like besides anime that's your favorite that you really like?
Right now I've been watching Severance. That has been very good so far. It is very trippy and very unnerving every time you watch it. Just from like them walking down the hallways and taking all these turns, and you're like, how is this building set up? It doesn't make sense. And just like how the characters speak to each other, they just like it's very unnerving and not human. And I love it. It's got me on the edge of my seat.
Would you say you have a favorite YouTuber?
Yes, Stimpy. I love Stimpy. I love Big Man Crunch. I love Big Man Crunch, actually. He's my favorite.
Yeah, you mean Big Man Crunch. That's what you meant. You meant Mr. Crunches, actually, because the YouTube channel is
Mr. Crunches. Sorry, yeah, Mr. Crunches. Follow him. Subscribe. Donate all your money.
No, Stimpy's really funny. I love his Rust videos. Those are great.
Yeah, no, he's hilarious. I love that guy.
That video where he was when he was on the OTV server and everyone was taking things really seriously, and he just like blows everyone up with a rocket launcher.
Yeah, they were doing like a dance party or some crap, and he gets this rocket launcher, and he has like what do they call it, like the head wrap around him.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
It's so bad, but it's so funny.
Would you say you've played a fair amount of Rust?
Yeah. I think I got like 700 hours. I wouldn't say I'm like super crazy at the game. I'm decent, you know. I can hold my own.
What game have you like played the most, do you think?
I don't know. I think like out of all my years, I think I have the most playtime in Garry's Mod, just from like my childhood, because I played that for like years growing up, just straight up only Garry's Mod on my laptop. It was just like the sole game I played pretty much every day when I got home from school.
If you like Half-Life and you like Gary's mod, you have a server Synapse, right? Where it's like Gary's mod
Yes.
Half-Life. You want to explain it?
Project Synapse is like a Gary's Mod role play experience. It's very like lax on rules where they don't want to be like super impeding like a bunch of other like role play servers where you have like admins all no clipping around with their fizz guns out and just like completely ruining the experience. It's just everybody's in character. Everybody treats like you as they would be in the universe of Half-Life, and it's really cool to see it all coming together because it's just all automated. You know, there's like no staff interaction. You just simply just play the server and do what you want. You're not gonna get banned for doing what you want. There's like
What's
3 rules to the server.
What's your favorite character to play when you're on that server? Like zombie or combine, or like what do you play?
I play a lot of Civil Protection, which is like on the combine side of things. I am in like one of the higher positions. It sounds cringe, but I am like one of the leaders of the faction. I kind of like dictate. You know, I boss my units around. I'm basically their boss. My second favorite would probably be Airwatch, which is like the little camera. You play as like 2 characters, so it's a little hard to explain because Overwatch is the AI of that, you know, like that eerie woman voice that you hear throughout the games. That is an AI. It's not an actual person. And when you're playing Airwatch, you're playing as that AI when you're typing to like the civic populace or to the protection teams or whatever, but you're also playing as the scanner that's flying around, you know, taking pictures of people. The scanner is the eyeball of the AI.
I think
That's the
if
best
I
way to
played
put
the
it.
server, I'd probably want to play zombie. I saw you play some zombie, and that looks kind of fun, to be honest.
Yeah, zombies fun. It's just really hard to play because you die a lot. You start out as like a very slow, mediocre zombie, but as you get like experience, you get a faster zombie. It isn't very good. It hits like less hard, but you get to run and jump, and that's really good.
I have another unrelated question, but this is one that I've been debating with my friends for quite a while. All right, and I really need this to be answered. Who do you think would win in a fight? A silverback gorilla or a grizzly bear? Who would win?
Probably a gorilla. Silverback gorilla would probably win. I think it can use a lot more of its brain and come up with an idea to defeat a bear.
See, I thought the exact same thing, but when I put it into ChatGPT does not agree with me. They think that the bear would win.
ChatGPT isn't human and it's an AI.
Well, there's a lot of facts of like the grizzly bear being bigger and stronger, but I'm personally like an underdog, you know, kind of like human spirit enjoyer. I think the gorilla would somehow knock it out of the park. I think he'd like dodge. He'd like throw a left, and then
I think it would
there.
barely win. I think it would get fucked up and probably die too. But
Yeah, they'd probably kill each other. So, do you have any socials you want to plug?
Sure. My Twitch is Incepyy. That's INCEPYY. That should also be my TikTok if you want to follow my TikTok there. That's it. That's all I do. Twitch and TikTok.
All right, high five.
All right.
Infurview, high five. Whoosh. We did it, gang. Another Infurview down. We'll see you guys next time. I love Infurview. And check it out. Check it out. Look what Wolfie had in the back. You see that? That's an Astolfo bean. Astolfo bean
Astolfo
plush.
right there.
That's pretty, wow. That's pretty cool. Zoom in on that thing. Whoa.